Hello everyone and welcome back to our next episode of Isle of the Wild. And as you can maybe hear from my voice, I'm very happy today and also a lot of full of energy, mainly because it's still early in the morning when I record this. Usually I record in the evening or during the night when I have nothing other things to do like studying or university stuff. And speaking of university stuff, another reason why I'm more happy than usual, or sound more happy than usual, is that my university exams for this semester are over. And no worry, I passed all of them. I was very happy with the results. So now I can focus more on building and doing stuff in Planet Zoo. And speaking of, this is what we are doing right now here today. Of course, this is a Planet Zoo video, so you are expected to see Planet Zoo stuff. And today we are working on the animal hospital, animal veterinary center, whatever you want to call it, the place where you bring your sick animals to heal them, to treat them. And of course, we are on an island with little possibilities to get to the mainland quickly. So having a veterinary center here on this island is basically mandatory and really important. So this is situated right behind our Siamang exhibit. Exactly, it was our first exhibit on this island, the Siamang exhibit. It's right behind there. And it's very utilitarian. It's nothing to show off like in some big zoos. You have these big, fancy veterinary centers where people can go to and have a tour or anything like that. I think mainly in the USA, this is the thing where they show the veterinary and healing centers and everything like that. But this here is mainly, it's mainly utilitarian. It's there to do a job. Of course, it doesn't look ugly or anything. I still try to make it a little bit more fancy, especially with these a declined green roof wall that goes from the ground to the top of the roof, which of course will later be fenced off because in America we can't trust people with things not like in the USA, not like in Europe, not like in Europe where you can basically let your guest run wild and you know that nothing happens. But we have this green roof here, and of course if there would be school classes or anything, we would of course also have tours. Sorry for if you hear the noise in the background. This is just the street outside my house, and there's loud cars driving there all day. I have no idea why they're always driving full speed there. It is annoying. But anyway, yes, we will also later add some holding cages outside. You will see it right at mostly at the end of the video. So where we could have animals that maybe wait for treatment or that are already out of treatment and we don't want to have them inside in indoor holding cells. We can have them outside. They're very, very simple made, just a mesh cage basically, but giving the small size we have on this island, and mainly animals that don't require huge spaces like elephants. I think it's okay. You can write me in the comment if you think I should make them bigger or make another design for them. But now, as they are, you will see later. I think they do the job and they serve, what's their purpose basically. As always, you maybe see one or two times a pop-up coming up on the screen here. This is because, of course, this was recorded during our live streams that we have every Friday at 9 p.m. Central European summertime at the moment. In the winter, of course, it's only Central European time, 9 p.m. every Friday on Twitch, Twitch TV, where you can chat with us, can talk to me in real time basically, and see me build mostly what will be the content of the next week's video. So if you want to have a little bit of a sneak peek for the next video, I recommend visit us there. It's really mostly it's always a fun round and a lot of cool people here. Speaking of content, speaking of content in general, this will be most likely one of the last episodes for Isle of the Wild now, as we basically are out of animals to place here, because the zoo of course was made for the conservation pack, which had 5 animals, so the only one missing is the axolotl. I say that I think every episode. And also I want to wait what Frontier will pull out of its head for the next DLC. And so we are, yeah, I said one of the last episodes, one of them I think will be, the last one will be the exhibit center, the reptile and amphibian insect center that we have here, to also care for the small critters in this world. And then we will go into a sort of hibernation for this zoo, like a winter break in the summer, but you know what I mean. Where we wait what Frontier's next DLC will be, what the next animals will be, and if we can use these animals in Raven Creek, our main park, or if they are not fitting for Raven Creek, we will use them here. At least in the capacity that we still have, because this zoo is also not giant and the map is not giant, so we are slowly running out of space. We have a big space in the middle still, behind the koala house, but mainly the side parts, this side is filled with the leopard and the animal center, and the right side, the other side, is filled with the Przewalski's meadows and the scimitar oryx habitat, as well as the greenhouse that we built last episode. So only the middle part is mainly usable at the moment, or still usable. So this will be the point of focus for the next episodes. But speaking of GUCs, while we are at it, I think we can talk a little bit, since we are closer to the next DLC drop. At least the next DLC shouldn't be that far away anymore. And since I'm thinking that there will be less DLCs left, I have the feeling we are coming to an end when it comes to content for Planet Zoo. After almost 4 years, I think, 4 or 3 years of DLCs and updates and everything, I think it is slowly getting coming to an end. And I always get asked, what animals do I still want for this game, and what animals do I love and like and want to have in this game. And mostly I say that I have a lot of the animals I initially wanted. I have the jaguar, I have capybaras, we have Siamang now, we have a lot of European and North American animals which I really like, but some of the animals I would really like to see before this game stops development and content releasing. Would some of the main species I want to see would of course be, people that know me know that, would be the maned wolf, a carnivore species from South America, and really an unique animal, so to say, in the dog species, in the canine species. If you don't know what the maned wolf is, you can easily look it up online. They are really cool, with their long legs and furry and shaggy fur. Another South American species that I would like to have, some of South American species that I would like to have, would be spider monkeys and howler monkeys. Maybe some sort of another smaller monkey like tamarin, or maybe another capuchin species, as well as armadillos, which are really cute, and I hope we get them someday, since now we can have smaller animals in the game, with the prairie dog and the meerkat. I hope we also will get armadillos at some point, but also stuff like peccaries, which are very common, found in Mexico and Texas and everything. So a form of wild pig are really stable in most zoos that I know, and they are really cool. We have, I think 2 pig species. We have the warthog and the babirusa. So another one would be really nice if we don't get the wild boar, the wild European boar, which would also be really cool. Going over to Asia, I would really like to have another type of gibbon, as now we only recently got a gibbon species with the Siamang, the biggest gibbon, but I would also really love to have the white-cheeked gibbon, because their sexual dimorphism with I think the female is white, the male is black, or other way around, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. It's really cool, and they are, I think, the most seen gibbon species in most zoos around the world, and they are really cute. And they could also use a new brachiation behavior, which would be really cool. Um, Another species I think that would be really nice would be fairy blue penguins from Australia, so the smallest penguin species, um, as well as rockhopper penguins, or yeah, some more sort of birds. I would really like to have more cranes, more pelicans. Of course, would be a really cool addition, and they didn't even would need to fly. They could basically use the rig of the flamingo just with shorter legs and a bigger beak. But yeah, pelicans are stable in every zoo that I know, and they usually are in these big ponds, basically not very contained, but living there, not escaping. So this would be really cool to have like a big pond with a lot of pelicans and other waterfowl. Yeah, speaking of waterfowl, having ducks and swans would be something I really would love to have in this game. And yeah, in general, just a lot of American, Asian, American and European species for Raven Creek, like raccoons, blackbirds, maybe blackbirds, maybe, I don't know. We have a lot of birds already, bears, but stuff like yeah, mufflons, more mountain goats would be really nice, like the big Rocky Mountain goats, the white ones, or chamois, so really a lot of hoof stock and yeah, goat species, sheep species. I would also love like a livestock GLC or farm animal GLC, where would have yeah, more ordinary, I would say, animals like cows, chickens, maybe normal horses, domesticated horses, stuff like that. So there's still a lot of animals I would like to have in this game, but I know at least 2 more DLCs are for sure, that will come this year, but everything after that, yeah, it is not clear if we get more stuff like after that, but we can hope. Depending on the sales and depending how well the DLCs do and how well the game does, depends on if we get more DLCs in the future or if they will slowly, yeah, slow down on the production. But yeah, we'll see. And if they decide to pull the trigger and say, okay, this is the last DLC, I mean, we had more content already than Planet Coaster ever received in its span of, I think, 3 or 5 years. So we can really be happy. And in the end, there's yet so many animals on the planet, millions and millions of species, and you can't have every species in a game. Otherwise, you would, yeah, need to work on this game for the next 50 years to produce every animal. And there's something I think modders like Leaf and Narwhal can really help with. Once this game ceases production, they can provide the animals that we need, that we miss still in this game, so that we, yeah, also get these. Until then, of course, you know me, I don't use mods because I'm thinking that this game has enough content for me that I don't need to rely on mods for additional stuff. But once the production is over, who knows? Maybe I will keep it look at mods in a different light. And no, this sounds like I don't like them. I have no problem with mods. Don't hate me. I just don't use them. But yeah, once it ceases production, yeah, maybe I will take a look at them and see what I can do with mods and everything. But until then, I like what the game has to offer for me in its base game. So that's totally fine. But yeah, I will leave you now to some music, and then we will see us in the end with a short real-time part where we will show everything. And yeah, I hope you liked the video so far, and I hope you my mumbling and rumbling around and saying things without any, yeah, any plan didn't annoy you. It is usually how I record videos. But yeah, see you then in the end of the video, and until then, have a great time. So, and there we are now in the real-time part, and we are standing in front of the Siamang indoor exhibit, indoor area, where they are jumping around, climbing, having fun. And if we follow this path, we get to the veterinarian center. And yeah, we will keep this very short. There's nothing much to show here, as it's mainly just the outside building. We have another entrance here for the Siamangs, so the keepers can also access it from here, but there's nothing mentioned there. And then we come to the big, the big area, the big outside area of the veterinary center with this green ramp wall here, which I really like. And then we have these holding cages for animals in quarantine, sick animals, as well as animals that are already cured and wait to be transported off. And as I said, indoors there isn't much to see. It's just the staff buildings in here, nothing else, no indoor areas. But I think that's also totally okay. But yeah, I really liked how it turned out. It looks kind of like a little bit like a storage facilities where you could store things and everything. But I kind of like the style. It fits the rest of the zoo, this more utilitarian, more industrial style of this zoo, so it fits right in. And I like how it turned out. God, and these monkeys are loud. But yeah, with that, I would say goodbye, everyone. Have a great time. I hope I see you next week. And until then, stay safe. Stay safe. Have a great rest of the week, and I see you next time. So bye bye, everyone.